Okay, this is Michael Dillon doing a little video. We are going to install a fan timer. As you guys know, I've installed a few of these fan timers. I like them. It's the Enerlites. I've already turned off the breaker. There's the model number if you want to take a look at that, get a good shot of that. I'm gonna open up the box. Got these from Amazon Prime Day. I think they're about, I'm not gonna say how much they are because I got them as a gift / how to make $100 an hour as a handyman. So it's a real nice timer. It gives you an off switch right here. You can do 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, and a half hour. Depending on how stinky you are, will depend on how many minutes you need. So I don't remember which one of these is the fan switch. That creates a problem because you need to put the right one on. So I'm gonna have to go turn the breaker on and see which one is the fan switch. I think it's this one right here, the third one. Be right back. So the breaker panel says this is kitchen lights. Maybe you can hear the fan. I'm gonna go turn the breaker off. You'll see the lights in the fan, but the fan is the third switch. You'll see these lights go off. That's how I know I have no power. So the lights are off. So I'm going to use my handy dandy little tool here. But of course I won't be able to use it because I need my flathead. Oh, flathead. Let's see if that's lined up. I want to give you guys the best video I can. You can see everything right there. Okay. All right. That'll be good enough. So, one of the things you notice that a professional did this job because when you put the wall switch plate cover on, you always make sure all your screws are either horizontal or vertical, pointed the same way. Just makes it look professional that they're not all squirrely. These are all pointed vertically, so when we put it back together, we'll do the same thing. Another thing, all of these edges are nice on the switches. The switches aren't bent around. Another nice touch. Okay. So take these screws, put them in a little screw caddy, which we're gonna call the box. Look at these guys. They even put wire nuts in there. Now a lot of people will argue with you about wire nuts. But the great electrician, Uncle Steve, taught me wire nuts are not reusable. And electricians will argue that wire nuts are reusable. They are not. He says you don't want to come back to a job for a 19-cent part. So I agree with Uncle Steve that wire nuts are not reusable. And I always put new wire nuts in. Thank you to Brother Craig for buying me this great DeWalt electric screwdriver. It's very nice. It turns like this. It can be that shape or it can be straight, and it has a gyroscope in it. So let's see if we can do this in 10 minutes or less. So I've got 2 black wires. Okay. I don't know what that means. Hopefully my Enerlites switch will give me some instructions on how to do it with 2 black wires. It says, specifications, wiring, connect the black wire on the switch to the hot wire. Connect the white wire on the switch to a neutral wire. Connect the red wire on the switch to the load wire. Connect the green wire on the switch to the ground. So they want me to use a neutral. Well, I'm going to use a neutral. I'll figure it out. All right. So I need to figure out which one is the load wire. Let me see if this says. I wonder how you tell which one's the load wire. All right. I'm thinking maybe I'll pull this other one out. I didn't bring any spare wire, so I sure hope. So this has a red and 3 blacks connected to it. What the heck is going on? It's got a whole bunch of neutrals. So there's the neutrals. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 neutrals. So 1 neutral going to these 3 boxes. Santa Maria. I think I'm going to need to go get some wire because I don't have any wire. So this one has, so they're daisy chaining them. Okay, so the hot is coming from here. So the top is the load carrier. So connect the black wire to the on the switch to the hot wire. Connect the white wire on the switch to neutral. Connect the red to the load. So red goes to load. So this will be the load side. This is the hot side. All right. Now if I just had a neutral, I wonder if there's a way to do it. Where's the ground? All right, there's the ground. Santa Maria. Okay, we're back. had to go to the store. Let's see if I can give myself a little power here. Had to go to the store and get, what did I have to get? Oh, I had to get some wire. And then I thought, I forgot the wire nuts, so I thought I'd get some Wagos. And I went to get the Wago nuts at Lowe's. They didn't have any, but they had these Ideal Industry, and they'll connect 3. So what I can do is I can just cut one of these neutral wires, plug it into here and into here, and then plug the neutral wire into here. So let's do our setup again. I wonder what number this wire is. Let's see. Well, let's see. This wire is 10.5. I think these for stranded, it says 16 to 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a nice fold and see if it works. And if it works, I'm going to call it a day. So it says 1/2 inch. What a 1/2 inch? The resealable package. Take my pipe saw. The best part about being a $100 an hour handyman is when you got to go back to the store for something that you shouldn't have had to go back for the store for. So let's see how to use these things. It says wiring nut comply. Interesting. Says okay, not okay. I'll have to get the tape measure and see. Okay. Because if I push these in and it goes into there, well, let me give it a try. That didn't work. I might just have to use regular wire nuts. Now what are you gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna use regular wire nuts because this is ridiculous. Alright. These Wago nuts are for the birds. Take one of these right here. Let's say we take this one right here and we cut it. And we go around. And we go around. And then we straighten it. We straighten it. Then we strip it. We take this one. Same thing. And we strip it. Okay. A little more there. Strip a good amount of that neutral. And then take your lineman pliers. I don't think I have any lineman pliers in there, but I'll use these pliers. You take your wire nuts. Make sure that one's good and tight. I'll separate these two. And I will twist these two together. My favorite part is twisting heavy wire. Ah, jeez, and wouldn't you know, broke right off. Probably because, oh, and that one did too. Probably because I trimmed into it. So, just do it the way Uncle Steve taught me. He taught me to use a Stanley knife. Get into my trick of knives here. Taught me just to go around and real electricians, they're really good and quick at this. Amateur electricians, not so quick. Okay. So that one is done. Let me get this one. You know how when you cut wire and then you cut it again, you cut it again, and your wire's too short. Nobody wants wire that's too short. So the whole point of this is just to put a fan switch in so that you can leave the bathroom and not have to turn the switch off. Have it automatically go off. Okay, so push that back there. I'm going to put this knife down. I'm going to twist these two around and grab this. Oh, I like to make a nice tight connection. And I'm going to take this one here, make a nice tight connection, and I'm going to take the new wire nuts, put them on the neutral. So after you put wire nut on the neutral, you pull to make sure it doesn't come out. So that one didn't come out. I'm going to take the ground. Loosen the ground. Hear that sound? That means the laundry machine is done. Okay, here's the ground. Here's the wire nut. You go as tight as you can. That's tight, that's tight. The instructions say the black wire is on the hot wire. The hot wire is on the bottom. How do you get the hot wire out? No idea. Probably a little trim job will fix it. Hot wire is on the bottom, and the black wire is the hot wire. Use the knife method again. See, we're almost done. I mean, this goes so quick. Again, we're putting in the Enerlites Timer Switch. And it gives you 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 20 and a half, I think. Got it from Amazon. Just trying to do a bathroom fan timer. So, I'm going to reread that. Connect the black wire on the switch to the hot wire. This is the hot wire. This is the black wire. The red wire is the load wire. Okay. We're wiring up. We got 2 more wires to do. Solid and stranded wire together. My favorite to do. Pull that, it's not coming apart. The last one is the hot. Let's cut it. Old switch goes away. Now, hopefully, in a second, I'm going to turn the power back on, and hopefully everything will just work so easy. You can press stop on this video and go do the next 2. Once you get everything you need, your life is a lot easier. It's always good to have a little extra wire. And it's good to have some extra wire nuts. That's what I ended up going back to the store for, was for some extra wire. And ironically enough, if I would have had more experience, I would have done this in the first place and I wouldn't have needed the extra wire. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys benefit from my lack experience. Okay, pull on that, looks good. Let's go test it out. I'm gonna go turn the power back on, double check. Red to load, black to hot, white to neutral, and green to ground. We're good to go. I'm gonna go turn the breaker on. Oh good, we're still recording. Okay, let's turn on this switch. Oh, good. Take a look at this one here. Looks like Ron hit this. Ah, so good. Should go off in a minute. And I think I'm done. I'm gonna go turn the breaker off, and I'm gonna push all this stuff back in. Now that this switch, you see there's a light there. 10 minutes, 15, 5, 20, and 30 minutes, and that'll turn it off. All right, turn the breaker off. Fun part of the job is cramming all of these wires back in. So I'm going to start with the first one, because that's the first one we took out. I guess I will use this because it'll make it a little nicer. La 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 la. So the reason I'm showing you this is because a lot of times, this is the most frustrating part, is bringing these switches back up and having them line up nice and pretty with the wall switch plate. There is an art to it. Not saying I have the art mastered, but I have been frustrated by it a few times. So I'm doing this part to just show you guys that it is doable. It's very frustrating for me, and I want you to benefit. They use deep boxes on this construction. First, the guys that built this house, if they ever contact me, I will not say enough nice things about them, because they just did such a great job, and there's no way I can say enough nice things. The quality of the build, all of their work, they just did great work. I mean, they didn't need to pay extra money for these deep boxes, but they did. Really makes it a lot easier when you're doing electrical work to pay the extra 3 cents to get the deeper box. And it makes my job easier when I'm replacing the switch. Okay, so now that's really crooked. And that's what's frustrating. You want them to be square, and you don't want them to be crooked this way. You want them to be perfectly square. So you gotta finesse the wires in the back so that they're not twisting the wall switch. All right. You guys are going, that's great. Well, not yet, because now the hardest one is the last one. So you gotta push all these wires back in. Oh, it doesn't too bad. Get them all back in there so that when you put this in, there's no strain on it. Whew. I don't want to count my chickens before the eggs hatch, but I'm feeling really good about this. Okay. I don't know why I like doing this kind of stuff, but I do. It's a little mini challenge. It's not that hard. I've done, how many of these have I done? Maybe 10 of them. You know, maybe 4, 5, 6 in Portland. I've done Pensacola. I think I did, how many? Pensacola, I think I did 3. And then I think I've done probably 15 recently. That's good. It looks pretty good. Doesn't look like it's going to be bad. Snug this one up a little bit. Looks a little good. Looks like it's going to be good. I think I should just snug it up a little bit. A little more here. Okay. Just a little more here. All right, now let's test fit the cover. See how this goes. Ooh. This one needs to slide over a little. Tighten those up. So once you get this lined up, then you can do your final tightening, but you don't want to do your final tightening until they are all lined up and you're happy. I'm going to tighten this one a little bit. Because it's just sloppy. And this one I'll have to tighten up a little bit. Just get them firm so that they're movable and not flopping around. Oh, it's looking really good. I love it. Okay, this one, turn it just a little. Look at that. Oh, money. All right, so I'm gonna pull the camera out for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so right here, if you look, see how this switch is deeper than here. I need to pull it out. I need to pull this corner out a little bit, so I'm going to tweak it. This one is perfectly level right across the top over here. This one, pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tweak that a little bit. And then when I put it back on, it's level. That's the way they're supposed to be, level. I'm going to tighten it up there and see how she goes. Put it right there. I'm going to pull this cover off. I'm going to just tighten this. Tighten that. Tighten this. Okay. Tighten this. It turned a little. Tighten this. Tighten this. You don't want these to be loose, but if you over tighten them, they'll sink in too far. Put that back on again. Oh, that is money. All right, so now take my box of screws for this demonstration. I'm going to use the Klein 11-in-1 most awesome screwdriver. Get all these started. Now, sometimes these get scratched and stuff. You can buy a whole package of 20 or 40 of these nice white screws at the store, and cost you $1 or $2, but it really does make the job look good when these white screw heads don't have scratches on them. Okay, and again we're putting them all not horizontal but vertical, so that it matches the rest of the outlets in the house. It's just a little thing that quality electricians do to make their work look good. Okay. Ooh. Okay. 2 more to go, then I'll check the tightness of the first 2. I didn't put the first 2 in tight, I just put them in a little snug so I can give them another half turn. I don't want to put any of the first ones in tight. I want to make sure I can line them all up, and they're fine. I appreciate any comments from anybody, because the comments help the YouTube algorithm. Especially appreciate, of course, the thumbs up. The subscribes are awesome. I got 6 subscribers last month. Thank you all very much. You 6. And I'll go 1 more. Oh. And I think I can get a half a turn out of that. Oh, 1 full turn. Let's see this. Oh, half a turn. That's tight. I can get a half a turn out of that. Okay, ooh, let's go a little more. All right, I like it, looks good. Let's go give it a shot. I'm gonna turn the power back on and get this wrapped up. Move this. Move this. I'll be right back. Okay, looks like we have some lights. And let's turn the fan on. Oh, there it is. It'll stay on for 1 minute, 5 minutes. I gotta put my spectacles on. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20, or 30. So if you're taking a shower, you hit the 30, it'll automatically go off. Michael Dillon signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate subscribes, shares, thumbs up, and especially comments. What did I do right? What questions do you have, and what did I do wrong? And look forward to seeing your comments in the below. In the I can't even talk. Over and out.